What's up guys, Billy here, and today we're going to be putting ND filters to the test from various different companies to see who comes out on top. These companies are Polar Pro, Freewell, and DJI themselves. I realize that there are other drone accessory brands and drone filter brands, but these are the three most popular and honestly just the three that I have on hand. So again, I figured I'd put them to the test and see which is the better buy. Now I've split this video up into 4 different categories that I feel are vital when actually purchasing ND filters, and these are selection, price, image quality, and overall build quality. First up is selection. What I mean by this is the different types of filters that each company has for sale. Here are 3 lists I've put together from information pulled from each company's website, and I quickly want to point a few things out. First and probably most obvious is DJI's selection. It looks a little bit weak compared to the others, but to be fair, they have the most popular filters available. Another interesting thing is the long exposure filters. Polar Pro has an ND128 and an ND256, either of which I personally don't own. Freewell also has a filter used for long exposure, which is their ND1000 filter. That might be a little bit overkill. I also want to mention that these are the filters available for the Phantom 4 Pro, but each company basically sells these same ones for the Mavic as well. Overall, Polar Pro has the best selection with the most amount of filters to choose from, which is important to a lot of people. For me, I usually stick with the ND8 filter on my Phantom 4 Pro as it gives me great results during the day. Our second category is price, which really doesn't become all that competitive between these 3 different companies as they each sell a single ND filter for around $30. The cool thing about Polar Pro and Freewell is that they actually sell their filters in bulk or in packs, so you can buy 3 different filters like the ND4, ND8, ND16 filter and pay one price. As far as DJI is concerned, they just sell their filters standalone, so you can actually buy an ND4 or an ND16 and just leave out the ND8, which may be something you like. Because as far as Polar Pro is concerned, they only sell the ND4 filter like standalone, so you have to buy them in packs if you're looking for an ND8 or ND16. Again, that can become quite annoying, and you can actually do this with Freewell as well. So basically, Freewell and DJI, you can buy singular filters, basically any of the filters that you can choose from, but I do have to give the win in this category to DJI as they only sell their filters for $29 and not $29.99, so $1 cheaper. Next up is image quality, which is most important to me. For the tests, I used an ND8 filter from each company and took a video of the same exact subject to see which was most clear. To set my basis, I first used the stock lens that comes with the Phantom 4 Pro. After that, I tried the DJI made filter, the Polar Pro made filter, and then finally the Freewell made filter. From an initial comparison, I can say that there's barely any difference. Even before YouTube's compression, looking at the raw video files on my computer, they looked identical. I might be a little bit crazy, but when using the stock filter and the DJI ND8 filter, I noticed that the colors are more vibrant and bright. I'll have to chalk this one up as a tie across the board as these 3 companies all produce clear image quality with their filters. Finally, build quality. Just like price, there isn't much of a difference in this area as each filter is made of a premium material. Something about the Polar Pro and Freewell filter set that I figure is worth mentioning is the case that they come in. The DJI ND filter comes in a box with no way to protect it after the fact. These cases are nice, but I tend to lean towards the one made by Polar Pro. The filters sit behind a nice panel of plastic, and not to mention, it is a hard case that offers great protection. Even though it's great that Polar Pro and Freewell include cases, there is still a major flaw with the design that I can't get past. Whether you're using a regular ND filter or a polarized ND filter, the stock gimbal guard that comes with the Phantom 4 Pro will not fit properly. This means that you either need to purchase their gimbal guard or simply swap lenses before and after every flight. In conclusion, after running my tests, I don't think you can go wrong purchasing ND filters from any of these companies. When I first started making this video, or I guess when this video idea popped into my brain, I kind of thought it was going to be a good idea to test all these filters and see which one was the actual best. But then I kind of turned the video into showing you guys that all of these filter companies are great and that there's really not one clear winner. Some of them have their smaller benefits. For example, the DJI ND filter matches the actual drone, and then Polar Pro also has a wide selection. And at the end of the day, it really all comes down to personal preference. My personal preference are the Polar Pro filters, and I think that the thing that really pushed it over the edge for me is the actual case that they come in. I've been trying to find a good ND filter case for the longest time, and it's hard to find one made specifically for drone filters, and the fact that Polar Pro makes one, honestly, is awesome. I wish that they sold these things standalone. Hell, they might. Hopefully, maybe I gave them an idea. But again, I think that the Polar Pro filters are my favorite, as I do like having a wide variety of filters in my bag. If you want to check out the filters that I featured in this video, be sure to check the links down in the description and I'll take you over to the page. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll talk to you later. Peace.